Oh, Ross, good. Come in. Thanks for coming over. I know you're a busy man. I just thought we should talk. Come on, please.
Want to talk? Well, here I am.
Good. I wanted to be able to tell you face to face how much it meant to me that you and Blake came to the party last night.
No problem. I was happy to go.
Good. It makes me feel as though we're working towards healing that rift between us.
A rift? I would say Grand Canyon describes it a little better, but as you say, that's in the past. And secondly, you wanted to talk about...
Oh, let me take your coat. Are you hungry? Would you like anything?
Vanessa, you're stalling. Just tell me why you asked me over.
Well, there is something important that we need to talk about. Our daughter.
Come on. Turn, you stupid... I don't believe this. I don't believe this stupid piece of junk. Turn. Where's the... How do you... are you people nuts in this country? Don't you know how to make cars? You have to...
Nice car. Trying to steal it?
Well, I tell you one thing. Our daughter has grown into a...
Peter.
Yeah. She's grown into a beautiful young woman.
Yes, she has, hasn't she?
In spite of all that French makeup that she wears.
Well, I'm just thrilled that she's here.
I am too.
Yeah. And I feel that you and I should do everything in our power to make sure that her visit is just a wonderful one.
Oh, yes, I agree.
Good, then you agree that she should split her time between you and me.
I beg your pardon?
Well, that she should spend a few days with you and your family, and then a few days with me and my family, and that way everybody has equal time, everybody's happy, and... After all, she's always thought of my house as her home.
Have you talked to Dinah about this?
No.
Well,
not
perhaps
yet.
you should, because Dinah may have other plans.
Well, I'm sure she wants to spend time with me. She did come here last night.
Did she talk to you this morning?
No. I'm sure she's sleeping in, poor thing, all that jet lag. She'll call me the minute she wakes up.
Oh, no. Dinah's been up for hours. Yeah, that young lady, she doesn't seem to need much sleep.
Huh. Probably all those French cigarettes.
Yeah, they can do that.
I wish she'd stop smoking those things.
Me too, Vanessa. Why don't we just say what's on our minds?
I have. I said I would like Dinah to spend some time with me.
You mean you're desperate to have her spend some time with you? That's all right. Admit it. There's nothing wrong with it. And there's certainly nothing wrong with admitting that you're afraid.
Afraid?
Vanessa, you're scared to death.
I would think a girl like you would know how to hotwire a car.
Oh, shut up. I did not steal this car. My stepmother loaned it to me.
Your stepmother?
Yeah. Blake, my father's very young wife.
Huh. Does she know she loaned it?
Very funny.
You know, I'm curious. If you're here now, you had to drive the car here. And if you drove the car, that means you had to start it. So why can't you start it now?
I don't know. It started when I was in front of my father's house.
What are you doing down in this neighborhood? You know the area?
You're pretty nosy, aren't you? I had a friend who used to live here. I heard about the fire. I wanted to see the damage. Why? What are you suggesting?
Nothing.
So anyway, I get out, I look around. When I go to start it again, it's frozen.
Drive much in Europe?
Not pieces of junk like this.
Well, you're probably just not used to driving modern cars like this with anti-theft wheel locks.
What?
You see this? It's a wheel lock.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you put the key in, you have to move the steering wheel at the same time and then start it. Simple. Your turn.
Majored in shops, did you? Okay, Mr. Blue Jeans Make Me Cool. Why don't you run through all that again?
Excuse me?
Well, let's hear all that again.
Okay, Miss Smoking makes me feel grown up. know what I think? I think you're just a cheap imitation of one of those Eurobrats with too much makeup.
Why on earth would I be at all afraid of anything having to do with my daughter?
You're worried that she might be rebelling against you.
Don't be ridiculous.
Okay. Then has it crossed your mind that your daughter may simply not be ready to see you?
No, she came straight here from the airport.
But she didn't stay. Isn't that why you're so damn determined to make these arrangements?
No. I want to make these arrangements because I have a complicated life. I have other children, and I have a job, and I just wanted to get a little organized.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes, and I'm sure that Dinah probably has a million things that she wants to do, and she'd probably appreciate a little structure. I'm sure she'll be calling me about it any minute.
Oh, yes, of course she'll call.
She's all right.
Well, yes and no. She does have a little...
What?
Well, it was sad, but also kind of sweet when she came into my room this morning and she put her head on my shoulder and she just sort of teared up. Seems she has an un cœur case.
Un cœur cassé. That means broken heart.
Yeah, broken heart. I believe that was one of the reasons she came back home. She needed somebody to talk to.
Oh, well, I wish she'd talk to me. I mean, I'm her mother. I could help her with this sort of thing. I think I better call her.
Vanessa, no.
What?
I think she feels much better now that she's confided in me.
Aha! What is that supposed to mean?
It means if she wants help from you, she'll ask.
Oh, my, aren't we smug?
Oh, no, Vanessa.
Oh,
no, you don't have
Ross.
to get... Calm down, okay?
No, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Why don't you try a little
say things
dose
like
of
that.
ice? I most certainly do. Why don't you just go ahead and admit that you're absolutely reveling in all of this?
All of what?
The fact that Dinah comes to town and spends her first night with you and goes to you for comfort, puts her head on your shoulder, and has you try and mend her broken heart.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. You invited me over here, and then you asked me about Dinah. I did not come in here crowing about it.
Well, of course not. You're perfect.
It is not my fault that Dinah chose to stay with me. But I know that you can't stand that. Because you don't want me anywhere near the girl. From the moment she was born, you have tried to wipe out all traces of me as her father. But I'm telling you something, Vanessa. I am her father, proud of it, and I'm going to do everything I can to be a good father to that girl.
I want you to be a good father to
The simple
Dinah.
fact is, Dinah came to me. And I am not going to give up my one chance to have her love so I can play the long-suffering Ross to your Vanessa guilt. Now, if you've got a problem with that, let's hear about it.
So wrong. Of course I want you to be a good father to Dinah. What do you think I am? I hope you develop a very close relationship with her, and that's probably what she'll want. I want what's best for her.
That is just so much bull. That's not even remotely what you want. What you want is Dinah. All to yourself. In fact, I think you have been systematically cutting me out of her life since day one. For instance, do you remember the night of her 18th birthday?
No.
I had planned a big surprise party with your approval, as I remember, but you took her out to the ballet and then out to dinner, kept her out all night, and you never did bring her around.
Oh, my. I must have forgotten.
Must have. You've always forgotten me when it comes to Dinah. Always. So forgive me if I don't have much sympathy for you right now. Dinah's now old enough to make her own choices, and if for once she's chosen me, then thank heaven. Because I've waited all my life to spend a little time with my daughter, and I will be damned if I'm going to talk her out of it.
What's wrong, Mal? No one ever called you a phony before?
No one who counted. Actually, a croupier in Monte Carlo once accused me of playing with loaded dice, but he was right.
I suppose nothing ever became of that. Or do you have a record?
If you only knew how little I care what you think about me. I've seen so many guys like you, wannabe studs, cruising through life convinced the world owes them a living because they look good in tight jeans. Or in your case, they think they do.
You've seen it all, huh?
Yeah, enough to know what guys like you are good for. And Mumsy knows, too. You can bet the farm on that.
Why don't you leave your mother out of this?
Well, why else do you think she'd keep you around? She is keeping you, isn't she?
My relationship with your mother's none of your damn business.
Oh, I can't talk about Mommy and her lover boy? Bummer. That taxes the conversation skills to no end. Oh, dear. This really does make it awkward between us, doesn't it?
I don't think so. After all, you're blowing this berg as soon as you can, if I remember correctly. And I believe I do. I, on the other hand, will be here with your mother for a very long time.
So just leave a message and we'll call you back.
Vanessa, it's Ross. Look, I'm sorry about how everything blew up today over at your house. I was a little over the top, I'm afraid. I certainly didn't mean to hurt you. I mean, what's really important is Dinah. I just want what's best for her, as you do, you know. There's just no reason, Vanessa, that we both can't love her and let her know that. Look, I have no doubt that she's going to call you today. She's still a little jet lagged, but she may not realize it. Anyway, don't worry. And again, I'm sorry, Vanessa. So that's it. No need to call me back unless you want to. Bye-bye.
So nice of him. I was really awful with him. I just went crazy. Because most of what he said was true. I guess what I really want is for Dinah to forgive me. For having given her up when she was a baby. Yes, I just really want her to love me.
I'm sorry this is hurting you so much.
How could I have done it? How could I have made those mistakes that I made with her?
Well, don't get your hopes up.
What do you mean?
Well, I just mean that, Dinah just sort of blew into town without a warning, and she might decide to leave the same way.